Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the special meeting of City Council for April 5th, Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 5 o'clock p.m.
Dr. Arthur?
Here.
Councilmember English?
Here.
Councilmember Gomez?
Here.
Councilmember Vargas?
Here.
President Spinelli?
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Publics Meeting Act has been given on April 4th, 2025 in the following manner. Posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall. Providing written notices to the office of the Daily Journal, Press of Atlantic City, and the Vineland Voice. And filing written notice in the office of the City Clerk of the City of Vineland.
Before I open up the public comment portion, I'd just like to explain a couple things to everyone for tonight's meeting. The public session is for anything you want to speak about. All right, so whatever your concern happens to be, you can get up, you have 5 minutes and say whatever you want. The public hearings are for specifically the things that we are reading in the public hearing in that ordinance, and they're both zoning ordinances. So if you have a problem with the fact that it's a zoning problem, you can talk during the public session about that. But if it's not talking about zoning, it's only talking about the worth of something, you know, whatever business you happen to be dealing with, something of that nature, that is not the topic of this conversation. So we just like to tell everybody, if you want to talk about those things, bring them up in the public, general public session, which is at the beginning. And we will open the general public session now. So Mr. Franchetta, whoever you have.
Mr. President, I do have someone to speak generally. Joel Martinez. Joel Martinez, if you like to speak.
State your name and your municipality where you live, please.
My name is Joel Martinez. I live at 1149 West Sherman Ave, right next to the facility, medical facility. All right. This is a bit difficult for me to put out there. I've been dealing with this for 3 years with the methadone clinic and all the facilities going on around. So I'm going to read this, and I'm hoping that I can get through it because it's emotional. I'm a heart attack survivor, and I've been dealing with this, and it's put me in a lot of bad situations because of this medical place. I'm new to this community seeking a peaceful, safe, and healing environment for my family after suffering a heart attack. I'm having a stent placed in my heart. I hope to rebuild my life in my 6 acres where I could finally have the comfort and rest I need. Instead, my property has become a magnet for disturbances, invasive behaviors, and negligence that has taken a heavy toll on my life. Everyday drug addicts trespass into my land, using it to urinate, get high, and engage in criminal activities such as theft to my property. They leave behind trash, discarded needles, and other hazardous waste, making me feel constantly unsafe and deeply disrespected. Adding to this distress is the neglect behavior of the neighboring medical facility staff and landscapers. During their routine proper maintenance, they allow debris including cigarette butts, cups, bottles, diapers, trash bags, needles, and drug paraphernalia to be blown directly into my property. This irresponsible disregard for property upkeep has not only polluted my land, but also directly endangered the health of my family and myself. We also have wildlife that regularly moves through the property. Animals are now at risk by all the trash and waste and contamination. The consequences of these actions are devastating because of the uncovered rat problem. The rat poison was blown into my property. One of my dogs, my service dog, who played an essential role assisting me, lost his life. This tragic loss has caused me overwhelming distress and compounded the challenges I already face in managing my health after a serious heart accident. Instead of using my time and energy to recover and take care of my family, I'm forced to spend hours every day patrolling and cleaning my property. This constant struggle raises my blood pressure and repeatedly endangers my heart, leading to several hospital visits. I urgently ask local officials to take immediate and decisive action. I need stronger oversight and clear accountability for the actions of the neighboring medical facility, its staff, and its landscapers. My property, my safety, and the local wildlife, and my ability to heal should not be compromised by the careless and dangerous actions of others in our community. As a solution, I'm formally requesting that a fence be installed along the border of my property and the medical facility, since they are unable to remain cleanliness or prevent debris from being blown or disregarded into my land. A fence will serve as a necessary barrier to protect my property, my health, and the surrounding environments from further harm. Thank you for your time and your commitment to ensuring our neighborhoods remain safe and respected. Thank you.
Thank you. Please give your address to make sure he has it to Bobby D., the business administrator.
Also, I have some pictures of all the stuff that these people leave behind on my backyard. I mean, it's endless.
The address again?
Thank you.
West Sherman, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have to speak generally. Is there anyone else in the public that didn't sign one of the forms to sign up to speak generally? No?
Seeing no one else, we'll close the public session.
Okay. I present ordinance number 2025-27. Ordinance amending ordinance 96-4 as amended, chapter 425, article 15, section 425-10, entitled Word Usage Definitions, to clarify certain terms, including office and substance abuse counseling or treatment center, and to consider additional types of offices and harm reduction centers as defined in terms accordance with Resolution 6667 of the City of Vineland Planning Board, which is ready for a public hearing.
At this time, we need a motion to continue the public hearing on ordinance number 2025-27.
So move. Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. At this time, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on ordinance number 2025-27? Yes, ma'am.
She's on here, right? 27, 28. Yeah. Georgette Shelton? No, for 27 and 28. That you want to speak in general public comment, and then you wrote topic of interest 27 and 28. So meaning that I thought you were going to speak in the public hearing of 27 and 28.
Okay, but I wasn't going to talk about zoning, which
Okay.
was only supposed to talk in the public hearing about zoning.
That is correct.
That's why I,
Okay.
okay, and I think there are two other of my staff who,
Okay. Yeah, they wrote agenda items 27 and 28, but then they wrote B3, changing B3 zoning. But, okay.
Mr. Solicitor, can we reopen the public session?
Reconsider?
All right, that's fine. We'll let you just speak during that piece. That's fine. Okay. All right, seeing no one, need a motion to close the public session on ordinance number 2025-27.
So move. Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Need a motion for final approval on ordinance number 2025-27.
So move. Second.
Council have any discussion? Seeing none?
Yeah,
I thought she did.
I'm going to let her speak on 28. We close the public hearing now. on
Let's go.
those.
Continue, please. Don't worry about what he's doing.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2025-27, ordinance amending ordinance 96-4, as amended, Chapter 425, Article 15, Sections 425-10, entitled Word Usage, Definitions, to clarify certain terms, including office and substance abuse counseling or treatment center, and to consider additional types of offices and harm reduction centers as defined in terms in accordance with Resolution 6667 of the City of Vineland Planning Board. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Mr. Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-27 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Is this the second test I'm taking without a deck sheet in front of me?
You don't have the dialogue?
There's no dialogue, it just has the ordinances on them. Oh, I'm not even looking at this. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, Mr. President, I present ordinance number 2025-28, ordinance amending ordinance 96-4 as amended, Chapter 425, Article 15, Sections 425-293, entitled B-1, Business Zone Standards, Section 425-294, entitled B-2, Business Zone Standards, Section 425-295, entitled B-3, Business Zone Standards, 425-298, entitled IN-1, Institutional Zone Standards, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2025-28 be taken up for public hearing and open to public for discussion.
So move. Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Would anyone like to be heard on ordinance number 2025-28? Mr. Franchetta, whomever you have.
So we have here Inez Acosta from Complete Care. I'm going to go in this order.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Inez Acosta, and I live in Vineland, New Jersey. I am here, however, to make some points in opposition to ordinance number 2528, restriction on harm reduction and syringe access. I am the Chief Legal Counsel for Complete Care Health Network, which is a federally qualified health center and serves vulnerable populations here in Cumberland County, in Gloucester County, as well as Cape May County. We recently received from the New Jersey Department of Health a grant which authorizes Complete Care to begin a harm reduction program. Currently, our harm reduction authorization is for a mobile harm reduction program. In reviewing the ordinance, however, I do find that the ordinance, which essentially limits harm reduction centers from operating completely, is basically limited to just the IN1 zoning area. So the IN1 zone area, and you have to forgive me because honestly, I didn't know that much about zoning, certainly not my area, but I did take the liberty of going on to the website and basically printing out, the zones as they were shown. Look at this entire area where you see the different colors is the entire city of Vineland. Based on the ordinance, harm reduction services, the full harm reduction services as prescribed by law, is limited to this tiny area right here in the blue. So as you can see, the services that are meant to be provided to individuals who seek them would have to, from wherever they're at in the city, have to come all the way down here. so this little blue spot. And in looking at that, essentially, I can tell you that back in 2020, there was a period of time under the Harm Reduction Act where municipalities could determine whether services can be provided, whether even a harm reduction center can be there. In 2021, the state of New Jersey amended the Harm Reduction Act and gave the sole authority to the New Jersey Department of Health to license and regulate harm reduction centers. So municipalities were explicitly divested of authority to approve or reject these programs. The legislature made it clear that they wanted to remove local barriers from life-saving services. This ordinance, by limiting the syringe access program to mobile-only operations and basically complete operation in just that little blue area, the IN1 zone, circumvents the intent and the legal authority under the Harm Reduction Act. So while the city certainly has the authority and zoning authority under municipal land use law, that authority cannot nullify or restrict state health mandates. And I say state health mandates because these programs, harm reduction, and which includes harm reduction, can't be separated from sterile syringe programs. It is one and the same. It's one of the many services that encompasses harm reduction. And these are evidence-based programs that prevent HIV, hepatitis C, and overdose deaths. These programs also provide naloxone, wound care, HIV testing. They are a connection to treatment, often for people who are disconnected from the healthcare system.
Got to wind it down, Inez.
By restricting the syringe access to mobile programs, to only mobile programs, ordinances deny fixed site access to the very population most in need, people without reliable housing, transportation, etc. It basically also singles out harm reduction centers.
Inez, with all due respect, 5 minutes is over.
Okay.
We get your point.
I thank you for the opportunity, and I just hope that each of you take the opportunity to read the legal arguments that I prepared. These are, I'm not trying to convince anyone. I just wanted to give you the law based on my research on the validity of this ordinance, and as a taxpayer, I'd like to see, if you want to limit it in some way, you certainly have the right, but not when it violates state law.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kirsten Ellison, next.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'm here to talk about the rezoning.
Name and,
Oh, sorry, Kirsten Ellison, Vineland, New Jersey.
thank you.
The rezoning of B3, which specifically was near where I live, near at Weymouth and Delsey. I don't like the change so that we could possibly have a mental health or a treatment facility in that area. We already have a gentleman's bar club. We already have a truck stop, and less than a mile away, we also have a grow facility. I don't know why this ordinance has to be changed or the zoning in this area. It's agricultural land except for the corner. Everything else is agricultural around that. And I would just hope you would take into consideration all that we have in that area before you go ahead and change that zoning. That's all.
Mr. Tenet, I believe in B3 allowed it anyway, didn't it?
Or
For mental health.
Health portion of the services to outside of a B2 zone.
and putting it into a B3?
It always was in a
It
B2.
always was there.
Oh, because it says to permit in a B3. That's why I thought it was being able to move in now.
What it does is, this would restrict the,
It just restricts the B2 zone. Nothing really changes.
and also, I
in terms
believe,
of
the giving out of needles.
But wouldn't we have, you wouldn't have a mental health facility in B3?
You can have a mental facility, a mental counseling facility by this. You cannot have the needle exchange in it.
It's not it's an outpatient mental health counseling facility.
So
It
it's
doesn't-
already allowed
It's already allowed.
It's already in it. It was in there before.
from years ago?
The old ordinance that we just changed had it in there. You could have it. You may not have had one, but you could
Right.
have it.
Okay, then I'm sorry, I did read this wrong, because it
No,
said
that's
to
fine.
permit
That's-
it.
That's no problem.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Betsy Powell. Betsy Powell.
Please state your name, your municipality, where you live.
My name is Betsy Powell. I live in Egg Harbor Township, and I work here in the Vineland area.
Okay.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak this evening. I would like to just let you know that I have concerns that if this ordinance passes, which it appears as though it will, that some of your most vulnerable population will no longer be able to access the care that they need. Services that are provided through a variety of different centers, not only harm reduction, but a variety of different treatment centers may be impacted by this, and folks who do not have access to things like reliable transportation or secure housing may not be able to access the services they need. This will, of course, impact them greatly and may lead to unnecessary deaths, unnecessary infections of not only HIV or hepatitis within this area, which is certainly something that I don't think anyone here would ask for. I please ask that you reconsider, that you look into it, that you utilize resources not only here at the municipal level, but also at the state level to ensure that everyone within your jurisdiction receives the care that they so desperately need. That's my only request as someone who has people rely on these services, who have in the past, and who live in this municipality who need them. I please ask that you just review it. That is all, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next up is Rachel Campbell. Rachel Campbell.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Campbell. I reside in Galloway, New Jersey, and work here at the Harm Reduction Center in Vineland.
Where do you live, ma'am?
Galloway, New Jersey.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
I do not want to prolong the situation. I think you've heard what everyone's had to say about the Harm Reduction Center. I would just like to add that changing the zoning, I believe, will be very detrimental to the people here in Vineland. We are seeing an increase in numbers of substance use, and I understand not happening in the backyard. Maybe some ways that people look at things, but we look at it from a harm reduction standpoint, and we know that people are in need of our services, including rehabs. We don't just go around giving out syringes. We give syringes to those who need them because it is a public health issue. But when people want rehab, when people want treatment, we also refer to those. We also have programs that will help those folks. So I just ask that, you reconsider your ordinance because numbers are increasing. We need help. People out here need help. So I just ask that you reconsider your ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Georgette Shelton. Georgette Shelton.
Hi, Georgette Shelton. I live in Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey, but I work in Vineland, New Jersey, and I apologize for any confusion
worry about it.
earlier. As I'm sure you know me by now, I am just wanted to state that I'm in opposition of these ordinances. Specifically the one that changes the zoning going forward for mental health facilities, substance use treatment facilities, nonprofits, and harm reduction centers, because working in the nonprofit field for over 33 years, I know that all of these facilities are located where they are needed and where people can access them. And if going forward in the future, these facilities cannot be in these specific areas, I think it's going to cause a hardship to your constituents. And I don't think that you want that to happen. And I appreciate your time for all the times you have let me speak. Thank you so much. And again, if anybody finds any syringes on the ground, please feel free to contact the South Jersey AIDS Alliance Vineland office, and we can absolutely send one of our staff out to come and pick them up for you, or give you a container to put them in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak that hasn't signed one of the forms? Mr. President, looks so about it.
Seeing none, close the portion.
Motion to close.
Motion to close. Go ahead. Second?
Second.
Motion, second?
Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion that ordinance number 2025-28 be taken up for final reading and adopted according to law.
So move. Second.
Discussion by council.
I would ask, is there any way that we can revisit this portion, just this one particular ordinance, in our master plan later on? Do we have to do this now?
And it can be readdressed when they do the master plan. I mean, that's
I think we need to at least
up
let
to,
the
that's
let the
up to
public know
who's
that.
doing that, so.
Yes.
Okay, anybody else? I would just like to state, we thank everybody for coming out. I know this has been an arduous process for us as well as you. And some of the same people have come out numerous times, and I understand their passion. We have considered a lot of different things here, and we've gone over it and over and over it. You know, we've spoken to legal counsel numerous times. He's spoken to other attorneys as well. And, you know, we talked to, we had a consultant, CME, come in and redo the zoning for us. And they were an outside agency, so we asked them to, you know, just do what they thought should be done. And that's where it's at. So I don't know how this vote's going to go, but however it goes, we thank you for your input. And it can be readdressed again when they do the master plan, which is, I believe, this summer. Roll call.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2025-28, ordinance amending ordinance 96-4 as amended, Chapter 425, Article 15, Sections 425-293, entitled B-1 Business Zone Standards, Section 425-294, entitled B-2 Business Zone Standards, Section 425-295, entitled B-3 Business Zone Standards, 425-298, entitled IN-1 Institutional Zone Standards. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Mr. Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2025-28 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Any council members wish to be heard? Seeing none, have a motion, entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So move. Second.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Councilmember English?
Yes.
Councilmember Gomez?
Yes.
Councilmember Vargas?
Yes.
President Spinelli?
Yes. We're going to take a little break here. We have a work session right after that, so we're going to stay here for that. You can stay if you like, but it's generally all new business. Thank you.